The pressure of the Castrol GTX Cup Series Championship for Season 20 is shown on the face of Kyle Matthews, who comes into this race on the tour in a totally different role than in races prior. He and 3 others will continue to duke it out for the championship at this, the 33rd race of the season, the Subway 500 at Phoenix International Raceway. Last race on the tour was the North Carolina Motor Speedway in the Rockingham for the AC Ducko 400. At that time, Matthews was points leader by 106 points over Preston Bloor, with Cole Deaver third and Seth Cole in fourth. Matthews won the pole for the event, but mechanical problems right off the bat caused his number 42 Coors Light Pontiac to refuse to start, thus not only towing him in the pit road, but also forced him out of the race, without even making it off pit road for the pace lap, earning him 0 points for the day. Plord, Deaver, and Cole took the green flag with the great points that harvest on their minds. Plord looked to be in good position to be one of those drivers to gain tons of points on Matthews and was running in the top 10 when he too had problems at the Rock, as a broken camshaft knocked him out of the race with 2 laps to go, coming to the white flag and dropped him clear back to 39th. Deaver went on to finish second in the points behind winner Zachary Fitzwater, with Seth Cole in the 11th position. And a new player in the points championship chase, Jessica Shelton, finishing in 8th position. So as we get to race number 33 at Phoenix International Raceway, Cole Deaver now leads by 40 points over Seth Cole. Matthews dropped to third, 55 points out of the lead, and Shelton now enters the points championship picture with 79 points out of the lead in 4th position. Plord dropped to 115 points back in 5th position, with an outside shot of the title heading into the last 2 races of the season. So we enter to this, the moment of truth here at Phoenix International Raceway here, the 33rd out of 34 races on the tour, to see if the points battle continues to be close, or will it balloon up again? And wouldn't you know it, the man first and third in the points starts on the front row for the race event, as Kyle Matthews again starts from the pole in number 42 Coors Light Silver Bullet. Alongside of him, Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet car number 3. Here, Deaver's won 3 races this season. Matthews comes in having won only 2 times this season. And you can bet both of them will try to get those 5 bonus points to try to lead the first lap of the event as well. At this, the 33rd race of the season, the Subway 500 at Phoenix International Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona. Row number 2 has the man now second place in the points by 40 points. It is now Seth Cole, who is in second position in the points. He starts this race third in the number 98 car, who won this season at Martinsville. In fact, both the drivers in the second row have won Martinsville this season, as Charles Saver in number 24, who comes in the race number 6 in the points chase, has won the second time he was at Martinsville. Third row has the man number 5 in the points, Preston Plord. Alongside of him, number 4 in the points, Jessica Shelton. Shelton's won 3 times this season. Plord has won 5 times already this season as well. Going to the next row down is Joshua Carr, number 43, and number 1, Trent Dunham, a 2-time winner this season. Number 16, Johnny Gardner is the inside of row number 5 in the Family General Prime Star Ford, and Dylan Young is the outside in the Miller Lite Ford. Next row down, row number 6 has Quentin Moore as the man who won the Daytona 500 this season, and beside him, number 4 is William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevy. Next row down has 2-time winner this season, Zachary Fitzwater, who won at Michigan this season and also won this season at Rockingham, the last race in the tour. He'll be alongside another 2-time winner, Keith Batson, in the Texaco Havoline Ford car number 28. He won the season at Riverside and the night race at Bristol. Next row down has Jesse Turner, number 75, and number 87, Joshua Osborne, a 600 winner at Charlotte. Next row down has Levi McIntyre, the Exovirus SKF Ford, car number 99, and number 22, it is Dylan Poteet in the MB&A Pontiac. Next row down, Hendrick teammates, Phil Parker, number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy, winner at Indianapolis and again at Dover this season. He'll be alongside Ben Crouch, number 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet. Next row down has Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, who won at Richmond this season, and number 37, Austin Colonna in the Little Caesars Kmart Ford. Next row down is Jonathan Zorlin, number 7, the Exovirus Ford, coming off a great run the last race on the tour at Rockingham until he had to slide back late in the race, obviously. He'll be alongside the First Plus Loans Ford of Sean Ard. Next row down has number 90, Jay Jefferson, and number 97, Zach Winkle, who won his season at Talladega. Next row down, Ryan Brommer, number 17, number 15, Ryan George. Going the next row down has Rob Evans, number 12, the Mobil 1 Ford, and beside him will be Tony Green, number 33, who won the second time he was at Talladega, the Skull Bandit Chevy. Next row down has number 81, Jason Haywood in square D Ford, and beside him number 11, the close call phone call Ford of Ashlyn Boyd. Next row down has Nicholas Wade in car 26, the Quaker State Ford, 2-10 winner season. He won at Charlotte in the 500 miler. He also won the 400 at Daytona this season. Beside him, Peter Onjak in the Kodiak Chevrolet, car number 41. Next row down is Diego Yepes, number 77, US Air Jasper Engines Federal Mobile Ford, and Daniel Bouchard, number 30, is Skull the Pennzoil Pontiac. Next row down has number 71, Carter Friesen, and a Real Tree Chevrolet car number 71. Beside him will be number 88, Kat Batson, the Quality Gear Services Ford Credit Ford. Next row down, Paul Minnick, number 23, the Smokin' Joe's Ford, and number 44, the winner at Atlanta and Pocono, it is Mike Becker in a Hot Wheels Pontiac. And starting shotgun in the field, the Tide Ride, car number 10, Vince Almerigo, driving a Taurus at this race here today. He has the last place starting position. So to explain all this again, here the top 10 points coming into this race here, the ones with a shot at the championship, Cole Devers is leading the points. Second is Seth Cole. Third is Kyle Matthews. They are separated by 55 points. Jessica Shelton is 79 back in fourth. Seth Cole, by the way, is 40 back of Deaver for the lead. And Preston Ford is 115 points out in fifth position. Those five have a shot at the championship. For Charles Sanford to get himself in the championship contention at 190 points out in sixth position.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Commands been getting the party entrance. We've been never racing here today. For Charles Sanford to get himself back in the championship contention going into Homestead, he's going to have to hope for the top four. He's going to have to hope for all the top five drivers to pretty much finish in the bottom five positions. And Sanford would go on to win the race at Phoenix. That's what's going to have to happen for him to get himself a shot at the championship at Homestead. But pretty much it's down to the top five for the points here. Florida has an outside shot at the championship at 115 out in fifth. Sanford right now is currently sixth in the place in the standings. And Dylan Poteet seventh, Johnny Gardner eighth, William Brock ninth, and Jesse Turner right now is 10th in the standings. And he right now in the battle for the top 10 is actually 40-some points ahead of Levi McIntyre for that 10th position. How will the points look like after the Subway 500 at Phoenix? Well, you'll find out after 47 laps on this racetrack here today, as Kyle Matthews and Cole Deaver both with in-car cameras, as does Seth Cole. Lead him down. The green flag is out. We're underway in the Subway 500. Kyle Matthews made sure he had the lead going across the start-finish line to take the green flag, and he'll lead the first lap, giving him 5 bonus points. And Seth Cole, who is in second place right now, wants to get the 5 points to gain some more points on Cole Deaver for the championship points lead. Deaver right now sliding back to about the 5th position as he and Preston Plord battle it out for position. But Deaver pulls right back ahead of the 18 machine. Nope. Plord actually moves Deaver up the track now. As they come off the 4th turn, start-finish line, Plord has the 4th spot at the moment as Johnny Gardner tries to work on him for position. Also in this mix is Joshua Collard, Jessica Shelton, and number 21, Quentin Moore. Rear bumper cam from the Cole Deaver automobile, looking right at Howard and Shelton both. Now from the roof cam, Ford has not only gone by him, but he also has got Johnny Gardner ahead of him as well. Top 3 broken away being Matthews, Seth Cohen, and Charles Sanford. That's the top 3 at the moment. Preston Ford runs in 4th position, Gardner 5th, Deavers in 6th at the moment. So Preston Ford, not Preston Ford, but Seth Cole right now would stand to possibly try to gain those 40 points. He's down on Deaver. And I tell you what, if they come into Homestead dead even in the points for the final race of the season, that is going to be quite a show we're going to have in the Ford EcoBoost 400. And Homestead is always a fun place to race for the finale. I don't care what everybody else says. But Deaver looking to take 5th position away from Johnny Gardner right now. As you see, Shelton is 7th, 8th is Moore, 9th is Collard. Jesse Turner right now runs in 10th position. 11th is Zachary Fitzwater, who dominated at Rockingham the last race in the Tour. And he's under fire from a couple of 9s. Number 99, that is Levi McIntyre, who right now is battling Jesse Turner for that 10th position in the points chase coming into this race at Phoenix. Bad news, of course, is Turner is about 41 ahead of McIntyre for that spot, and Turner right now leads him at the moment. Little skirmish going on back there. That's the number 1 of Dunham, 4 of William Brogg. Becca Tellier's in this mix, as is Jonathan Zorlin and the Dillons, Dylan Young and Dylan Poteet. Young in the number 2, Poteet in the 22. Ford and Pontiac. And Poteet's now stuck in the middle between Zorlin, and Phil Parker in the 5. There is Phil Parker in the number 5 car, the winner of the season's Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. He also won a second stop at Dover. Dominated those 2 events. And Parker takes position that was 18th. He just took from Poteet. There's the battle again going on there between Fitzwater and McIntyre. Now bringing Keith Batson in the mix. Batson running 13th at the moment. In the meantime, Johnny Gardner sliding back as Jessica Shelton and Quentin Moore both go by. And Deaver is in the 5th position at the moment as he is not letting Seth Cole get far ahead. But Seth could is in jeopardy of possibly losing some spots because here comes Charles Sanford in 24 to the inside of Seth Cole. Nothing doing at the moment. Cole in the number 98 Ford. And of course, Seth Cole in the number 98 Ford has got a rainbow behind him right now with the number 24 car, Charles Sanford, who won the season at Martinsville in the second stop there. And the interesting thing to note right there, we're looking at top 10s finishes between the 6 drivers in the top 6 car and the points. Sanford has more top 10s than anybody else right now in the top 6 drivers in the points. He has 18 top 10 finishes, and I think 10 or 11 top 5s in here. But of course that one win. But I think the biggest difference, of course, now is between him and the other 5 are bonus points earned at each event. Other than, of course, the fact he led every lap at Martinsville, then of course he has not led many laps this season prior to that event. Whereas guys like Seth Cole, Cole Deaver, Kyle Matthews, and Jessica Shelton all have, as well as Preston Plord, that is, who's now right behind Sanford for the moment. But the top 10 count for each of these drivers, somewhere between 15 and 18 top 10 finishes over the course of this season. As we watch Sanford move inside of Seth Cole position, that's for 2nd place. Charles Sanford could easily find himself in contention right now for the win here at Phoenix. Maybe not for the championship, but for the win here at Phoenix International Raceway. And Seth drops to 3rd now. Here comes Preston Plord moving up on the number 98 car. And those 3 continue to battle back there. Cole Deaver and Jessica Shelton could be in the mix right now for that position. And out of the top 6 drivers in the points, by the way, only Kyle Matthews has won here on this track. And guess what? Matthews leads here at Phoenix. And he remembered what happened at Rockingham, the last race in the Tour. He does not want to earn a big goose egg in the points column again, which he's not going to because he did start the race this time. But anyway, riding with Kyle Matthews, number 42, the Coors Light Silver Bullet Pontiac. Coming by this time, he'll be completing 16 laps of this race here. Still 31 to go here in the Desert Mirage. Here in the track in the middle of the desert that is Phoenix. Kyle seems to have a handle on this track, obviously. Here, as I said, he's won here twice, and they were in consecutive seasons. There's the view from Seth Cole's view, number 98, the RCA Ford, looking right at the back of Charles Samper's DuPont Chevy. All three manufacturers representing the top three spots are Pontiac first, Chevrolet second, and a Ford in third. Then Pontiac running fourth and Chevrolet fifth, and a Ford and Ford's 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's now Levi McIntyre's now in the top 10 right now in 10th place. Running right behind the man he's battling for the top 10 with, Jesse Turner, in 9th as we continue to watch from Seth Cole's view. And now we watch from Cole Deaver's view, number 3, I should say. He's in 5th spot and trying to gain up on the top 4 drivers in the running position right now. Right now, your fastest lap of the race is by the man in second place, Charles Samper, at 135.593 miles an hour. And now from Cole's rear bumper cam right now, so he looks at the front end of Jessica Shelton's McDonald's Ford. Deaver running in 5th, Shelton in 6th. And that's the way it looks like on the racetrack right now. Field beginning to get spread out just a little bit right now. There you see that's set 7th and 8th position right there. A couple of buddies, Quentin Moore and the Morgan Shepherd cars. He'll be back with that ride next season. And number 16, Johnny Gardner in the Family Channel Performance Report. His plans for that car a bit up in the air. Depends on what Johnny wants to do with that car, obviously, for season 21. But Johnny Gardner right now currently is sitting solidly in the top 10 of the standings. He's in 8th place in the standings coming into this event. So Johnny having another solid season so far. And there's 9, 10, and 11 on your screen there. McIntyre moves Turner up the track, and he's going to get followed by Keith Batson in 28. And who's Batson going to go with? He's going to go with McIntyre, obviously. Turner moves up the track here, and here comes McIntyre for 9th, and he's got it. And Batson's going to try to take 10th at the same time. So Keith Batson looks for the top 10 running position right now in the Texaco Haviland colors. Batson, as we said, a 2-time winner this season. He won in the road course at Riverside. He also won the night race at Bristol. And he also shoves Turner up the track now. Batson, an avid short track racer from his native home state of Maine. Right now, giving the Robert Yates Racing Ford quite a ride right here. That's a car from Robert Yates Racing. Obviously, of course, his team name is KAB Enterprises, and of course, Keith is the leader of his Legion of Fords that he runs. Of course, for him, he's a strictly a diehard Ford campaigner, obviously. And obviously, this season, Ford ruling the roost on the manufacturer's breakdown. Back to leaders, we are already now down to almost 20 laps to go. Kyle Matthews has led from the green flag, but Charles Samper is giving chase in that 24 car, looking for his second victory of the season. Matthews looking for his third, and if he wins here, it'll be his first since way back in Sonoma in the early portion of the season. And with Cole Deaver right now running in 5th position, Matthews should gain some points back on him. I tell you what, though, if the running position keeps it the way it is, we are gonna have a whale of a show at Homestead for the championship, where maybe just basically finish ahead of each other possibly. And I tell you what, this just proves who needs a chase. Who needs a chase that makes something like this exciting? That's the way this series has always been. Anti-chase and always will be. Anti-chase, points chase, not anti-chase Elliott cars. But anyway. But anyway, battle for third going on here between Seth Cole and Preston Plord, as Plord in the 18 car tries to get by Seth in 98. Seth, for points purposes, wants to keep that position. And for Preston Plord, he wants to pass him 4 points purposes. Wants to get himself back into the points hunt. But like I said, 115 points out. He's basically gone from championship contender to outside contender, obviously, thanks to the problems he had at Rockingham. And that's what we're talking about. The mechanical failures anything can happen to cost you a shot at the championship. There, a mechanical failure, where it's a big part like a camshaft or a 5-cent part. Who's to say? But a camshaft problem, of course, as we explained, that Rockingham is really along the line of an engine failure. As you see, Plord just moves Seth Cole up the track and just tries to take their position away. Meantime, it's letting Cole Deaver and Jessica Shelton close up. And Jess, meanwhile, is working on that number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevy, trying to intimidate him. Thing about Deaver and Shelton, neither one is easily intimidated by each other. But here comes Shelton. She's going to dip underneath Deaver's car. As for 5th place, and she's going to follow Plord up the track. And now Seth Cole and Cole Deaver's both up the track now. Deaver's going to try to take, I think, the third position. And Shelton, meanwhile, is going to take 5th and 4th. And she will do so. What power from the McDonald's Ford. And she's going to try to and Shelton looks inside of Plord, trying to go for 3rd. But she's content now. She's passed Cole Deaver. Now she's going to go inside of Seth Cole again for 4th position. Pair of red and white Thunderbirds going at it right here. And Deaver moves inside, says, "Wait a minute, Seth, you're 2nd place behind me in the points." Two drivers from the deep south, Shelton from South Carolina, Deaver from Georgia, and Seth from up north in New York. Not New York City, mind you, but still. These two this battle going on very intense between those two drivers here. And speaking of intense battles, we got one for the lead brewing up here. It's Matthews against Charles Sanford. As these two continue to battle it out for the lead. hundreds of a second separating the front two drivers. 42 leading, 42 backwards in second. Off the 4th turn, 11 laps to go in the Subway 500. Darn pace car. There's Preston Plord running in 3rd position. He's trying to close up on the front two contenders. Trying to get himself a shot at the win. Sanford trying to find a way around that 42 of Matthews. Matthews seems to be strong, pulling him off the corner. 10 laps to go. Interval still the same, 1900ths of a second. Or about the equivalent of about 2 car lengths. Back bumper from Kyle Matthews' car. 9 laps to go. Sanford's right there. 1300s now the interval this time by. Trying to stick the nose of that Chevrolet to the inside of that Pontiac. Where's Sanford going to make the move? If he makes a move. Sanford pulling up to the inside now. He pulls up to the back bumper now. Let's see what happens here. 8 to go. It's now to an even 1/10 of a second now. Sanford was really strong pulling off the 4-turn last time by. Let's see what happens off the 4-turn this time by. What's Charles going to do? Matthews not wanting to give up that late, though, trying to gain all those points. So Sanford to the end, he had to peek to the inside, but Matthews says no. 7 laps to go. And these two have pulled ahead of Preston Porto. It's between this 1 and 7/8, and it's 1 and 7/10 seconds between first and third at the moment. 6 to go. Interval still the same. 1500's the last time by. Lord still running in third position. Shelton in fourth, and Seth Cole running in fifth, with Beaver sixth. And it's Moore, Gardner, Badson, and McIntyre the top 10. Sanford takes a look again up to 4th turn now. 5 to go. 1200's the last time by from the first and second place cars. See what happens in turn 3, though. Charles Sanford had been strong through the 3rd and 4th turns there the last couple of laps. See what happens off the 4th turn. Sanford tries to close back up again. He takes another peek to the inside. Same interval the last time by, 1200ths. Staying up on the back bumper of that Coors Light Pontiac as they come off the second turn now. Down the back stretch into the 3rd turn. 4 to go this time by. Or 3 to go, excuse me. It'll be 3 to go this time by. Sanford slips a little bit into turn number 1. Tries to go to the high side now and see if he can try to gain some momentum on the backstretch. Problem is, it's not a high bank racetrack neither, where you can't get the momentum you can as you could on a high side of a high bank turn, a racetrack like we'll go to at Homestead. Next race on the tour, there are 2 to go, and that slip up cost Sanford is now up to a quarter of a second now. White flag this time by at the 24. Is anything for the 42? He better show it right now as they come down the backstretch into the 3rd turn. Matthews driving very smooth and forced Sanford to make a couple of mistakes at the moment here. The white flag is out. 1 to go. Here in the Subway 500, Kyle Matthews, who started from the pole in today's event, led every lap in this race so far. And I tell you what, after what he went through at Rockingham, earning no points after his car failed to fire right on the very start of right on the command, forced him out of the race with no points earned at Rockingham. He comes back from all of that and scores today at Phoenix, the Coors Light Silver Bullet. Kyle Matthews wins the Subway 500 at where are we, Qualls? Kyle Matthews wins the Subway 500 at Phoenix. I honestly almost said Rockingham. Jeez. But what an epic battle between a couple of old buddies. Charles Sanford from California, Kyle Matthews, the winner is from the state of Ohio. And that is a statement right there he just made points-wise here. Preston Porter will come home 3rd. Jessica Shelton will end up 4th. 5th will go to Seth Cole. 6th will go to Cole Deaver. Then 7th position will go to Quentin Moore. 8th to Johnny Gardner. 9th to Keith Badson. And 10th place will go to Levi McIntyre. Average speed 134.347. The average speed in this race. We talked about the pressure Kyle Matthews had of the championship battle. Well, let's just say he lived up to it, obviously, on that one. Rest of the finishing order, Becca Taylor comes home at 11, Jesse Turner 12, Dylan Young 13th, Trent Dunham 14th, William Brock 15th, 16th will go to Dylan Poteet, Zachary Fitzwater 17th, 18th to Joshua Collard, 19th Jonathan Zolan, Phil Parker will come home 20th, 21st to Joshua Osborne, 22nd to Ryan Brommer, 23rd Jay Jefferson, 24th Austin Colano, 25th will go to Ashland Boyd, Ryan George 26th, 27th will go to Rob Evans, Nicholas Wade 28th, 29th will go to Sean Ard, 30th position will go to Carter Friesen, then Diego Yepes, Mike Becker, Zach Winkle, Paul Minnick, Dana Bouchard, Vince Elmerigo, Kat Batson, Tony Green, Jason Haywood was the last car to finish in the race here today. Last car to finish on the lead lap, excuse me. Last car to finish was Peter Onjack, a lap down, and Ben Crouch had a piston failure in his Hendrick Motorsports Budweiser Chevrolet. And he, actually, for all intents and purposes, that was another engine failure, and he ends up finishing dead last, the only car out of the race. But, oh, how interesting the points are going to get now. Homestead is the last race on the tour. That is up next on the Casual GTX Cup Series, the 34th and final race of the season for the series. And it all comes down to this, as Kyle Matthews makes a big statement about winning the Subway 500 at Phoenix. And I tell you, between he, Seth Cole, Cole Deaver, and Jessica Shelton, it is going to be quite a show at Homestead to see who will be the season 20 champion for the series. Oh boy! Here, all I can say for the Homestead race, get you a snack and a drink of your choice, and it's gonna be quite a show for the 41 lap finale we'll have at the 1.5 mile racetrack in Homestead, Miami Speedway in Homestead, Florida. So anyway, that's it for the Subway 500 from Phoenix here. Congratulations again to Kyle Matthews, the winner of the race here today. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the Industry Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NCRA. And fifth place finisher today, Seth Cole desires for this channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Last One's Light Series, the Coors Light Truck Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, and the Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. And also be sure to check out Michael Norman's Budweiser All Pro Series, which is also available on this channel as well. And if you want to subscribe to the Emissary Marvel Studios Cup Series, well, please be sure to subscribe to Thrash Maniac 99's channel for that series if you want to become part of it for next season as well. So that's it for Phoenix here, and we'll see you at Homestead Minor Speedway. For now, this is James Qualls, and the production of the NCRA Offline Racing at its best. And we'll see you for the finale at Homestead.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?